Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we are moving forward, upward, and onward. Okay, the next topic we'll be treating is approximation and estimation part one. Okay, approximation and estimation. I think I've mentioned this briefly when I was treating salts. Okay, so but as a topic now, we need to mention it because it does come out in a very standard examination. Okay, and for those of us in SS1, SS2, SS3, you also see it because you can't escape it. So we have a lot of questions, and I've been sharing some questions relating to this. So it's just the proper time for me to mention it as a topic so that we know that yes, we've done that, and and we're moving forward. So now for fractions, I have an example here: m and n. Okay, it can be a and b, it can be K and L. I've told you, you can play around with any alphabet in mathematics. Okay, but in this case now, we have M and N. M here is numerator, we call it numerator. N here, we call it what? Denominator. Okay, now when we're talking about numerator and denominator, they are both called what? Fractions. Okay, so nobody is going to ask you definition of fraction, definition of this, no, but you just need to understand exactly what you're saying and what you're interpreting and what you're solving. Okay, m over n is the same thing as what? Numerator over denominator. So both of them is called what? It's called fractions. Okay, both of them is called fractions. Now, but in a case whereby when you have your m less than n, okay, this is a symbol for less than. So we'll still be getting to inequalities. We are taking it one step at a time. We are not rushing. Okay. Don't forget, our target here is to ensure that any topic you pick, you understand it to the core, and you'll be able to solve as many questions as possible. That's our target here. So no topic will be a kind of problem for any young minds or for any students. So when m is less than n, it is equals to what? Proper fraction. Okay, when m is less than n, is equals to proper fraction. Okay, if I want to do it here, I can give an example. Okay, when m is less than n, if I have 2 over 5, okay, 2 over 5, now m, which is 2, n, which is 5, that is what? Proper fraction. Okay, so you can have as many examples as possible. So I can have 3 over 7. If you look at it, there's nothing that can go in both of them. 2 over 5, nothing that can go in both of them. 3 over 7, nothing can go in. So that is what we call proper fraction. That is, m is less than what? N. I can also have 5 over 11. So you can have as many of them as an example of what? Proper fraction. Now, there's what we also call improper fractions, although I've been sharing questions based on this. Okay, so I think this is the proper time for me to touch base with those questions that I've shared so that we can confirm if our answers are correct or not. Okay, so now improper fractions or mixed fractions. Okay, so in this case, we can have, sometimes we have a o number m over n, but in this case I can give an example and say, example of, I can say 3o number 1 over 4, 3o number 1 over 4. So it's opposite of proper fraction. In this case now, 4 times 3, 12, 12 plus 1, 13 over 4. You see that the numerator is greater than the denominator. So for the first one, which is the proper fraction, that is, the numerator is less than the denominator, which is m less than n. But in this case now, you have what? M greater than what? N. That is, m is greater than n. This is a symbol for what? This is a symbol for greater. Greater than. So it's a symbol for greater than. So m is greater than n. Now, in this example, when you have 3o number, okay, when you have 3o number 1 over 4, what's it saying? By the time you convert it to proper fraction, at the end of the day, you see that your numerator is greater than the what? The denominator, which is 4 times 3, 12. 12 plus 1, 13 over 4. You can also have this example here. I can say, you can use anyone, a level number, that is 2 over what? 5. That's another example that I can give here. So 11 number 2 over 5. So this 11 number is something as saying, if I want to convert it to proper fraction, this is what? 5 times 11. Okay, you times the denominator and the whole number together and plus it with what? Numerator. Times the denominator, which is 5, the whole number, times it together, 11, then add the numerator to it. 5 times 11, 55. 55 plus 2, that is what? 57 over 5. So that is what we call improper fraction. Okay, so it's as simple as that. As simple as this topic is, okay, you can't escape it in a standard examination. So you need to understand it so that at the end of the day, you will be able to massacre any questions that comes out of it. You need to massacre any questions that comes out from this part. Okay, so now in this case, in approximation and estimation, which is fraction, which is the first topic here. So in fractions, either proper fractions or improper fractions, there's a word that you need to, you need to know, which I've been mentioning in some of the questions I've been sharing, introducing it. Okay. So the major word to remember here is the word what? Board mass. Majority think that this part is very simple, but by the time they give them question under it, it takes them time to be able to solve it. But now on this platform, you'll be able to solve as many questions as possible. And again, even by heart, you'll be able to like, oh, you already guess what your question is going to look like. So by the time you pen and start writing, it will be more faster and easier for you. So the major word here is what? Board mass. And board mass, what is board mass? It's very simple. So when I was also young, I thought the question is also very simple. So by the time they give me a question, at the end of the day, if you're not, I try to model it up because I did not understand the word board mass. Okay, I did not understand the word board mass. It's very simple, but it can be tricky. B means what? Bracket. That is, anywhere you see brackets in the question, take off the brackets. That is the meaning. Okay, bracket off. Take bracket off first. So if the bracket, if you have division, if you have multiplication, you need to remove the bracket first. Okay, then you have off. Anywhere you see off, take off. After you take off, take care of the bracket. You take care of the what? Off in the question. Then the next one you need to take care is what? Division. You must follow the order. If you are not following the order in a JAMB question, if I'm to set JAMB question in this case, I will put it in such a way that if you made a mistake, you put off first, you will see your answer. If you made a mistake, you did division first, you will see your answer. So that is just to tell you that you need to understand what we call board mass. It's very simple, but it can also be tricky, and you can also miss that question. So you need to pay attention. Brackets, you remove the bracket first, you remove off, then followed by division, followed by multiplication, addition, and what? Subtraction. So that is what we call board mass. So in this case now, let me assume, let's say you are giving an example. Okay, you are giving an example of what? Let's say 2 over 3 of 1 over 4 divided by 3 over what? 2. Okay, so from this example, what's this board mass saying? Do we have any brackets here? No, we don't have any brackets in this example that I just gave now. No bracket. But there's what? Off. So there's off in the question. So what do you need to do? You need to remove this off first. Remove the off first before you move to division. Okay? You must solve the question based on this order. It's very simple, but you can easily miss it. So 2 over 3 of 1 over 4, what do you need to do? Remove the of. The question you need to ask yourself, what is the meaning of? Okay, so that is, you just change it to times. That's the meaning. So that is what we're trying to say here. Remove the of. Then when you now remove the of, solve the of first. So after you solve the of, then you now move to the next one. Okay, so we'll solve some major questions around this part, because you know we always thought that is very simple, but at the end of the day we tend to still miss it. Okay, so that we can get a full understanding of what approximation and estimation is all about for fractions, under the part of fractions. So this is just to introduce you to fractions. Okay, our next questions will just our next part is just for us to solve questions, so that at the end of the day, we can get acclimatized to what fractions, questions under fractions is all about. So continue to follow us on social media, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook as shared. Okay, follow us on TikTok, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's not all about you alone. We want to reach a lot of students, a lot of young minds that are having challenges with mathematics, that their mathematics is one of their core subjects, so that they can understand the fact that mathematics is very simple and interesting, and it's just like chin chin and pure water. Cheers.